Mr. G here. And I'm going to show you a pattern that I often use. It's kind of a major pentatonic pattern that you can play over different major chords or major pentatonic scales. And in this scenario, I'm going to be doing over C major. Now, I'm 2 down a half a step too, but if I look at the C major, if I look at a common C major bar chord here, and this C major bar chord is basically an A-shaped bar chord that I'm playing, and I have my index finger here in the 3rd fret of the 5th string, playing the C to the root, and I bar over my ring finger here on the 5th fret, playing over the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, right? That's a... And a lot of times guys will play that other note here on the 1st string. But I usually just play like this. And if you have that A-shaped bar chord, there's a really nice pattern that you can play on the 2nd and 3rd strings over that. Now, we have this bar chord here, and I'm going to show you a really common E-shaped bar chord too. So I'm going to come up here, play my C as a root on the 8th fret. And I'm going to take my index finger, just bar it over that 8th fret, okay? And I'll play that root there, that C on the 8th fret of the 6th string. And I'll place my ring finger on the 10th fret of the 5th string. I'll place my little finger on the 10th fret of the 4th string, and I'll place the middle finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And the E and B strings, or 1st and 2nd string, I'll just play those again with my index finger there on the 8th fret. So I got 2 really common bar-shaped chords, an A shape here and an E shape here. And if you're strumming along, you know, you're playing lead, you're playing rhythm over a key. In this scenario, I'm just playing the key of C, and I'm playing C major chords here. There's a little pattern we can do. So if I have the root here on the 5th string here, I know I can always come down here for major, and I can kind of play these notes. And these notes are more of a major pentatonic notes. So when my root is on the 5th string for bar chord, I can do a little pattern here. If it's on the 5th string and I have the root on whatever fret it is, let's say the root in this snare is on the 3rd fret, I'll basically take my ring finger and go up 2 frets from that root on the 3rd string, and I'll take my index finger and keep it on the same fret as the root on the 2nd string. See that? So if my root here is on the 5th string again, I'm going to take my ring finger, go up 2 more frets on the 3rd string, and the index finger on the 2nd string on the same fret as the root note, and I can play a little pattern here. I can just slide that pattern up too if I wanted to. It just sounds, you see how it's just right in key, it sounds really nice. They can also come down here. If I know my roots again, I find out where my root is on the 5th string. I can actually put my pinky there for one. I can kind of place my ring finger just 1 fret below it on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and I can place my middle finger 1 fret below that on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And that would be your other pattern. So if I know my roots here, playing a bar chord, I can go. So it's just a pattern you got going on there, you know, that you can kind of learn, and you can add it to your mix. if you know where your root note's at on the 5th string, you can just figure out that pattern around it. And that pattern, again, it's just major pentatonic notes. And that's for your A shape. Now, if I go to the E shape, I got to find where my, I got to say, okay, where's my root at on the 6th string? If the root's here on the 6th string, which for this case, for the C, it's on the 8th fret, I'll be able to play this pattern. I'm going to use my middle finger and place it on the same fret as the root on the 2nd string. And I'm going to place my ring finger on the 3rd string, just 1 fret up. So I know my root's here. I can play these major pentatonic notes and make a cool little pattern here. Go. And then what I do here is I kind of change that form. I can go up like this. See that? So I basically take that. So basically take your ring finger and slide it up 3 frets. In this scenario, it'd be the 12th fret, 3rd string, and place your index finger 2 frets below that. So it'd be the 10th fret, 2nd string. So like this. And then once you figure that out, you can kind of combine the pattern we just showed you for the A shape bar chord, and the pattern for the E shape bar chord. You can kind of combine those major pentatonic notes. Go from one to the other. Hey, again, Mr. G. So that's kind of a fun pattern, major pentatonic note pattern that once you learn where your roots are to your A shape or your E shape bar chords, you can kind of use that pattern, that major pattern, and play along with those chords. And it really sounds nice, So, hey, keep on jamming. Hope you enjoy the video.